For live. Hello,
Hi,
everyone. Hello, Ricardo.
how you doing,
Welcome
Rui?
to the Higher Self Expo.
Thank you
We,
very much.
in
Hope
this
everyone
special
is well.
day, today is the day of Portugal and Camões. We celebrate. What a special day to present you in this fourth edition of the Higher Self Expo with the topic where science meets spirituality. And this is going to be a conference all around the world, 24-hour streaming. It will start on United States, and then go to Australia, and then go to Europe. And we are representing Europe. My name is Rui Vasquez. I'm come from Live with Earth organization, side by side with Tania Castillo from Inspiring Passion. We are representing the Europe section. And thank you very much for being here. We will make a short conversation just to introduce who is this fantastic person and close friend, Ricardo Diniz. So I want to ask you, who are you?
That's simple. That's a very short question for a very long answer. I think I'm still trying to figure it out. But if there's one thing where I feel very lucky is that from a very, very young age, I had two very strong definitions in what I enjoyed. And one of them was talking about my country, Portugal, our beautiful country. And another one was the oceans and my passion for nature and being as close to nature as possible. So I guess I'm somebody who is still deeply connected with my roots as a child. I still feel like a child with a lot more responsibilities and pressures and bills and all of that that comes with being an adult. But actually, I'm extremely grateful that I haven't been corrupted by anything that's happened in my life so far, good and bad, that somehow affected my connection with myself and with nature. Nothing has corrupted that, regardless of anything I've ever been through. So I'm very grateful for that. I spent a lot of time in nature and on my own on the ocean as well. And it's one of the things I'm always trying to understand is who are we? Why are we here? What is all this about? And I've got all those stars above me giving me all that space and time to think. So I'm not sure I have an exact answer, but I can say that I've always been very aware of the authenticity of what I do and why do I do it. Just keeping myself in check to make sure I'm doing things for the right reason. And I think I can say hand on heart and very peacefully that so far so good. I've enjoyed the voyage so far.
Great, amazing answer is inspiring. We are all the time discovering ourselves. That's right. And I want also to ask you, beside this very complex and deep question, who are you, or what are we as humans? What are you bringing to this Higher Self Expo edition? Can you please give us a glimpse, a short resume of what you will be speaking about during the conference?
Absolutely. So, first of all, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this edition of Higher Self Expo. I love the name Higher Self. It suggests a greater version of ourselves. But I'd like to say that it's probably another way to look at it is a higher connection with ourselves and the greater version that we already are. We don't need to necessarily be more. We just need to connect more and be stronger in who we already are and trust that some more. And so if you imagine that I'm a solo sailor, so for 25 years now, I've developed missions and expeditions sailing across the world's oceans on my own. It's pretty tough out there, and the oceans are beautiful, but they're brutal sometimes. And there's only one way I can make it through, and it's by really connecting with everything around me, aligning my frequency to nature, to the ocean and the waves, and everything else. Wind, the weak wind, no wind, which is sometimes so much harder than being in a storm, is being surrounded by nothing for a day or two of no wind and the boat's not even moving. It's deeply frustrating. And I've got one choice and one choice only, and it's to try and find balance and happiness to help me get through everything. And so I've learned the hard way how to overcome some of these challenges, the difficulty of solitude, of complete isolation. And I have a feeling that these two words very specifically will be relevant to many of our viewers and participants of the Higher Self Expo, because so many of us have been struggling in isolation, in solitude, not being able to be with our loved ones. And here I am doing exactly this for 25 years because I want to, and not because I've been forced to. So hopefully I'll bring to the stage some thoughts and ideas, and I'll share some stories that will ideally be relevant to everybody's lives, and provide a few more tools for the toolbox of life that we all carry. So hopefully I'll be able to provide something that will be useful for everyone, whether they are solo sailors or not. I think that what I've learned on the ocean applies to my life every day in everything that I do. I think it's made me a better father, a better friend, a better businessman. The ocean has been an incredible teacher of everything that I need to do in my day to day, coaching people, supporting people through their different projects and life dynamics and building businesses. And I speak to around 30,000 people a year in big companies around the world. So everything I bring to life on land is something that I've learned on the ocean. And this is what I want to share when we're going to be together in Higher Self Expo in a few days' time.
Thank you. That's amazing. And I'm very willing to know more about your adventures, your passion about the ocean, about Portugal itself, our beautiful country, which we celebrate today, our nation. And I know you're a very inspiring person for me and for many people, for your journey, your force of will, your strength on following your heart. And because of this, you have been inspiring many people with your discoveries, your travels. So I want to ask you also, what can we find in your website, or what can we find there specifically regarding to your work and your passion?
It's completely chaotic, to be honest. If you Google my name, you're going to find different things that almost look like different people. So you're definitely going to find a lot of stuff about my solo sailing expeditions for sure. But then unexpectedly, you're going to find some modeling work in international advertising campaigns. You're going to find me painted as Joker in a Joker tribute that I did after watching the incredible Joker and the performance of Joaquin Phoenix. I was like, wow. And I did a tribute. And this opened up lots of different doors in the acting world and unexpected invitations. And I accepted one of those invitations, and suddenly I'm an actor, and I did a movie as the main character in my first ever movie. And I really am not an actor, and I have so much to learn in that world. So you'll find what I think is somebody who's never been afraid to just live life and explore the different opportunities, which is why I've done so many different things, and I've had different businesses and different projects. So essentially, if you go to my website or my Instagram, it's not one of those perfect social media experiences that always has the same filter and roughly the same topic. One day I'm rescuing baby cats, and the other day I'm the face of an international brand, and the other day I'm sailing across an ocean. I'm very chameleonic, so some of those posts won't even look like me because it's modeling work, and then suddenly you'll realize that it is me, and that's me just doing something else. So I think life is fascinating. It's such a complex tapestry of different opportunities and different things that we can do with this opportunity called life. And I've certainly always been very available to explore different options and different ideas. when I was 21, I was the captain in the Caribbean running a beautiful sailing boat. And a few years later, I was running a communication agency, a business that I had in total for 15 years. So there's always things that we can do with our life. We don't have to be limited and boxed into whatever it is we studied in school or university. So I was always very, always available to spread my wings and deeply allergic to anything that would close me down and not allow me to explore all the options. So I'm going to be sharing some of these things too. And that's probably what you'll find if you Google my name. You'll find many different things, some of them very different to sailing solo across oceans.
Great. That's amazing to be open for what life brings and for different expressions of ourselves. It's
Absolutely.
also very inspiring. And thank you for sharing. I'm very curious about willing to know more. And I thank you for this presentation. Before we end, I would like to bring something to start our travel. So I'm going to pick something here. And now we can start with Ricardo Diniz sailing on this Higher Self Expo around the world.
There you go. That's
So
always a good start.
let's do it, my friend. Thank you very
you.
much
That's
for
great.
your presence and willing to know more and willing to hear you on this 18th of July in our life. And I wish you a beautiful day.
Thank you, my friend. It's 18th of June, right?
18th of July.
July. Excuse me. Sorry, for some
Yes.
reason I had June in my head. I was
We
already
still have-
really happy. I was really happy with the map you have behind you, and with this scenario I have behind me in this hotel where I am right now. And suddenly you bring in the whole planet and a sailing boat. So, wow, thank you. That was good. That was really good.
Yes. Let's go around the world. 17 and 18 of July, representing all the time zones and doing an amazing connection worldwide around where science meets spirituality. And thank you one more time. We are very inspired for welcoming you, and I wish you a beautiful day. And we talk soon.
Thank you, my friend. All the best. All the best to everyone. Big love from Portugal, and really looking forward to seeing everybody and listening to the other speakers. All the best and take care. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Stay well.